Latvia, but if you wanted to study some comprehensive studies, the local students would usually go to study either to Estonia or Lithuania. Therefore, in 1918, we decided to have our own university, University of Latvia. Herefore, also the name of the university. And therefore, also our mission is about making sure that the students, the local students, can always study here in Latvia at home. According to our current management program, our priorities of scientific work is interlinkage of research and teaching, internationalization, and transfer of scientific results. Here you see the indicator taken from multi-rank ranking, that we have quite a lot of international joint publications if compared to other universities that have been ranked by the multi-rank. Within the study work, our priorities are quality, organization, and cooperation. Within our field of work with society, we want to increase the cooperation. Just a small example, you see we have here specialty that we have published on our website information on which professors in which study fields are ready to talk to media about some current issues that are going on. This is just for you to have an example. And of course we have quite a vibrant social life at the university. Talking about the institutional development, we are especially looking at improving our governance and modernizing the infrastructure. Yes, very good. Yes. Okay. Could be so sorry for the interruption, but since you were all interested, since you were interested in activities of Riga Technical University, then I will also show a little bit for you to understand how it looks like at our university. This is the so-called prototyping studio of University of Latvia, Fab Lab. The students which are involved in business incubators, they have the possibility to prototype their product. For this, we have a 3D printer available for them, plastic printer, as well as laser for cutting out. So that when they go look for business angels, they have something real in their hand. Of course, business angels to look at. Here's how they look like. Some of them. Yeah, well. problem. Apparently, yeah, well, anyways, let's return to the presentation then. So, we are the leading, by student numbers, higher education institution in Latvia. 45% of national research impact of the country is produced by University of Latvia. We have 15,000 students and 19 scientific institutes. We are ranking those QS stars ranking, QS, and times different types of rankings. If you remember the first slide on University of Latvia values, then humans is one of the values that we are taking care of. And as you see from the impact ranking, we are number 301 plus, according to good health and well-being for people ranking. So we make sure that our goals are reached and we can see them reached also at the international scale. Apart from different simple general rankings, we also have many quality labels for our study programs. For example, here you see Euromaster, which is for chemistry studies. We have Evroid for computer sciences. So we are also constantly looking for possibilities to accredit our programs internationally also. So majority of our students within the last year became bachelor programs, and there were 12% growth for the master programs. Our most popular study programs are computer science, law, and communication sciences, where there is a competition for studies, and about 16% of all students of Latvia are students of the University of Latvia, which is quite a good number. We are also very taking care of employability skills of our graduates. According to our graduate research, which we have done in cooperation with the State Income Service, yes, so in practice it looks in the following way. After 1 year after the graduation, we give the personal ID numbers to State Income Service, and they give us back cluster of what is the salary level the graduate receives. So at this point, yeah, because of the taxes which he has paid, yes. And according to this, 93% of our graduates are working 1 year after the graduation. But if we talk about master and doctoral degree graduates, it's even 96%. And our doctoral degree owners receive twice the average salary in the country. Yes. Now, out of top 10 most recommended study programs by our employers confederation is offered at the University of Latvia, and the most recommended is computer science program. We have quite extensive international cooperation. 5% of our international students are there as part of our student body. Our number of scientific publications rises by 10% annually, I will remind you of this stuff meldonium, which the poor girl Sharapova was going to be using. And we should not be very sad about meldonium that it is now kind of not to be used anymore, because we have 40 times more active meldonium created at our university. Yes, meldonium was created at University of Latvia, and now we have even improved it. Yeah. So Sharapova can be happy again. Now, but back to the presentation. Of course, we have defined our priority research areas, which we will be able to look at later if you are more interested into it. But one of the important things is, of course, that with help of governance, we can promote some of the activities that we want that our academic staff does. Yes, so one of such activities is effective cooperation projects, where the researchers have to cooperate with industry. Talking about strategic goals, yes, it's quite similar to all what you might have at your universities, of course. Now, finally, talking about doctoral studies, we have 24 doctoral study programs in different fields: natural sciences, humanities and social sciences, also medicine and education. And we have 18 doctoral schools. Now, there are different types of doctoral schools out there in Europe. We have doctoral schools which are basically same as, let's say, administrative unit of several doctoral programs running in the same field of study. Let's say social sciences and also doctoral programs underneath. There are doctoral schools which are taking care of generic skills of doctoral students. But our doctoral schools are interdisciplinary. So basically, we take different fields of studies and put it under one common roof to, let's say, extend the horizons of understanding of the researchers, to make them apt to work interdisciplinary. Yes, for example, eco-friendly organic synthesis. Yes, we have to understand what is eco-friendly, and we have to understand what is chemistry. Yes, we put them together, and they work toward one target. Also, master study level students are involved. They can participate in activities of these doctoral studies, where the doctoral students from different fields of studies are brought together. There are the doctoral schools sometimes invite, because they now have more funds together, yes, they can invite some strong speakers from abroad, yes. So it's also about effective use of resources. And what is also very important, every year these doctoral schools are evaluated, yes. We see how many joint publications are created, how many seminars have been there, how many other activities have been there. And this is simply a targeted way of promoting, of clustering and increasing efficiency and excellency within research. Now, according to the multi-rank, here you see a little bit more of our Yes, you see interdisciplinary publications which stand quite nice if compared to other universities. So now at the university level, talking about management and decision-making system, basically there it falls under the responsibility of Council of Doctoral Education. The councils are chaired by vice rectors, and council is elected for 5 years. The responsibilities at operational level are distributed among faculties, doctoral programs, and doctoral schools. The faculties are mostly responsible for the quality of the degrees. Yes, so they decide on the contents of the curricula, they decide on admission procedure and criteria for this. They create a admission commission which looks at the research proposals of the prospective candidates for studies. They are doing the examination and assessment of doctoral dissertations, and they are the ones conferring the degree. The doctoral programs themselves are responsible for the quality of the education, so it's the chair of the study program, thinking of ways how to assess doctoral applicants, planning and implementation, progress monitoring and supervision. Now, doctoral schools, according to our normative acts, are responsible for sharing good practices among researchers, dividing the funding allocations, and following the activities and quality of doctoral programs. Now, the study department is supporting the management of doctoral education. It's like file management, for example. It's taking care of commissions, that all of the experts in the commissions have the necessary documents according to the law of the Republic of Latvia, and yeah, interacts with doctoral candidates on the issues. The study department is the one making sure that doctoral programs are all accredited. They are administering the examination process and preparing policies related to study affairs, offering also civil services. Talking about future plans, it's further linking of research and teaching. In 2018, our Ministry of Education initiated reforms to consolidate similar study programs and develop new ones, so that we have more competitive and international study programs out there to offer. So to avoid fragmentation and consolidate resources for building capacity and efficiency, so we will have 8 new study programs developed, and in 2023, instead of 24, we will have 30 doctoral study programs. Now, this is a bit of thank you, but just a moment for you to get an insight. So, I hope that the internet works. It looks not good. So, let me see. Now, I want to show you how it looks for me as a student, the information system of the University of Latvia. I am not student anymore, but nevertheless, you see here my profile. It's still alive, because we believe that students could be part of lifelong learning and they could come back one day. Now, is the internet working? studies. Here you see I have done bachelor degree, a bit of master, management PhD, and then specialized in educational management. I have done some further studies, and yeah, well, let's try it now. Okay. Now, I can have here basically all types of information. Here, yes, we are in the internet. Sorry. Now, I have the general study data available. I have my grades. Yes, you see. Passed. I have orders, all kind of strange stuff you need. I can register for courses online. I see all the payments I have made. Here you can see my final thesis uploaded. When I'm uploading it, I say whether I want everybody to have access to it in the world online, or only after they ask permission for me, and then I show the email which they have to write to, or I don't want anybody to see. Yes? So let's see. Here, I put in Google, and I can find my doctoral thesis. Now, I have here a part of research where I have all the publications listed. The library is trying to find all the publications that all our professors, students have done. But nevertheless, they ask us to add new if we don't see that it is appearing here automatically. Yes? Now, here is also the assessment of the publications. And, yeah, well, everything about my works. Yeah, that's basically all. Are there any questions? Yes, I'm there. Yeah.
Internet or intranet?
Intranet. Yes. That's for each student to...
For internal?
Yes, for internal use, for him to understand the status of his and progress of his all documents and everything.
What about his parents?
Usually, because in Europe we take care of data, personal data, it's impossible to take a look at it.
In Europe, there is a law, GDPR law, which will not allow to have any access for anyone else without your individual permission to your personal data. All progression of university and everything is treated as personal data.
I have a question. What is the relation of society to the Meldonium now?
Well, you know that our researchers were very happy about this because the usual society which did not know about it in the world found out about it, and they have production shortages.
I would like to share my own experience with Meldonium.
Yes, wonderful.
In the 1996, I was the general doctor of the political team of our meeting in Atlanta. And I used Meldonium or Miltronat,
Yes.
another name of this. And I can estimate or assure you that Miltronat not have any harming effect on the, some functions of the man or of the soul. The only thing that it helps us to shortening the repairing period after heart training. Came from Olympic Games from Atlanta with 1 gold, 1 silver medal. I wouldn't like to explain it with Meldonium or with my work, but it's a fact.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, any more questions? Yes.
Is it integrated with another software, for instance, I can find here my publications, and if I want to make a list of my publications to present something,
Yeah, that's just why it is done. Yes, this is a place where we list all our publications,
Yes.
and in an easy way, actually. Not only we, also our services can print it out with official stamp. Yes, the only thing is you have to always make sure that your all newest publications are there. Yeah, just renew it. But I have also used this system, for example, when I was applying for scholarship, they wanted to see my English knowledge. I have not, well, I have done TOEFL, but it's like 10 years ago. It's like not anymore valid as if, yes. So I just printed out an excerpt that I have done English as part of my doctoral studies, and that my mark is like that and that. And because it was a cooperation university, they were completely happy with it. Yes, and this, as you see, I can access this information. I can see, yeah, again, what are my marks. I can ask the university to create for me some statements, and just later go on and pick them up.
While we'll stay in the system forever, or it will be...
You know, I cannot answer you because I have not really asked it. Yeah? But as far as I know, 10 years was the period that we have to keep the records in a, like, close by location. Yeah? In general, let's say lifelong, but for a very quick extraction. Okay. Yes?
In the beginning, you said that Latvia University have or did 45% of research impact.
Yes,
What
that is
mean
calculating. That is calculating all the scientific results of the country, publications, citations, and so on, so on. From all the country, and then just percentage. Yes, and also, if I can add, in Latvia, thanks to really like thanks to the Ministry of Education, we are conducting this evaluation of scientific institutions, right? We have done it, it's international evaluation of all scientific institutions, and we are going to have it again. It's cyclic. Maybe Ministry can explain it in details.
Next year.
Yeah. So at the University of Latvia, we already have all the documents, how it will be conducted, what information they need from us, and we are now preparing the data to feed into the system, and they will then see, they are monitoring the results of research in the country and deriving their decision from these results. Yeah, so it's not just a number I